For the past few weeks, a growing tension has been building between 50 Cent and T.I, and what started as a simmering feud has slowly turned into something that refuses to fade away. Instead of cooling off, the situation has continued to stretch out, pulling more voices and reactions into the mix. T.I and his sons have already taken their approach to the conflict by releasing multiple diss tracks, making their stance loud and public through music. On the other side, 50 Cent initially chose a very different strategy. Rather than responding directly through songs, he mostly relied on social media posts to keep the conversation alive. Those posts stirred discussion among fans, but for a while it seemed like he was content with simply throwing jabs online instead of stepping into the booth to respond with music. That changed on Friday when things finally took a new turn. While promoting his upcoming show Power, Origins, 50 Cent decided to release a brand new track alongside Leon Thomas. The song is titled "No One Told Us What We're Here For," and its release instantly pulled attention from both fans and critics. Collaboration brought together two artists from different musical lanes, creating a moment that felt bigger than just another promotional drop. Leon Thomas, who has been steadily rising in the Randy B world, delivered a standout performance on the track. His vocals carried a strong presence throughout the song, reminding listeners why he has become one of the most talked-about names in modern Randy B. His contribution added a polished and emotional layer to the record, giving it a musical backbone that drew people in even before they started paying attention to the lyrics. For 50 Cent, however, the track served another purpose entirely. Beyond promoting his show and collaborating with Leon Thomas, he used the song as a platform to take direct shots at T.I and his entire family. For some fans who had been watching the feud unfold from the sidelines, this moment felt like something that had been building for a while. Many had been expecting 50 to eventually respond in a more direct way, especially after the diss tracks coming from T.I.'s camp. In that sense, the song felt overdue to those who believed 50 had been holding back for too long. When listeners focused on the bars themselves, the response quickly became mixed. Some people appreciated the fact that 50 Cent had finally stepped into the musical side of the feud, while others felt the execution didn't quite match the anticipation that had surrounded the moment. The reactions to the track ended up feeling fairly lukewarm overall. There was a noticeable sense among certain listeners that the lyrical approach wasn't particularly sharp or complex. Instead of delivering something that would stand out as a lyrical showcase, 50 appeared to focus on personal digs aimed directly at someone who clearly doesn't see eye to eye with him. Part of the reason this exchange has become so heated is because the insults have gone beyond simple rivalry. At one point, King Harris had already taken shots at 50 Cent's late mother, a move that escalated the emotional weight of the conflict. Once things cross into that territory, it becomes difficult for either side to pretend the situation is just harmless entertainment. Tension naturally grows when family members become involved and when deeply personal remarks start entering the conversation. As if that wasn't enough to intensify the moment, Benzino also stepped into the discussion earlier in the week. His comments added yet another layer to an already crowded situation. When additional figures start chiming in, it often turns a two-person dispute into something larger and harder to contain. The feud no longer feels limited to just two artists exchanging words. Instead, it begins to look like a wider circle of people adding their voices, opinions, and reactions, which only keeps the story circulating for longer. Despite the mixed reactions to the song itself, 50 Cent still holds a unique position in this situation. In many ways, he remains in a place of influence and control, especially when it comes to how the track can be used moving forward. Connection between the song and his show gives him an advantage that goes beyond just streaming numbers or fan reactions. Since the track is tied to his promotion for Power, Origins, he has the ability to keep it circulating in ways that most artists can't easily replicate.